All right, let's just jump right in. What if I told you that everything, and I mean everything, from the tiniest particle to the biggest galaxy, was all built from the same single blueprint? Well, that's the wild idea behind a theory we're digging into today called the mechanics of all. It suggests there's this one repeating pattern that connects absolutely everything.
And, this isn't just some abstract thought experiment. For the guy who came up with it, this has been a 30-year obsession. A personal quest full of headaches, trying to connect all these dots he started seeing as a kid. It's really that classic human drive, isn't it? That need to find some kind of order in all the chaos.
So, the universal pattern, a simple design repeated infinitely. What does that actually mean? How could one single design possibly explain an atom, a human being, and everything in between? Let's get into it.
Okay, so at its heart, the theory is actually pretty simple. It says that every single structure that exists is built on a two-part plan. You've got a central core that holds almost all the energy, like 90% of it, and then you have a surrounding body that does all the work with the last 10%. That's it. From a star to a single cell, it's supposedly the same basic layout.
And this is a perfect way to see it in action. Think about an atom. The nucleus in the middle? That's your 90% energy core. The electrons whizzing around it? That's the 10% operational body. Now here's where it gets cool. Scale that idea way up to a biological cell. You've got the mitochondria, the powerhouse, right? That's your core. And the rest of the cell body just does its thing around it. It's the exact same pattern, just playing out on a totally different scale.
So now we're looking at how we get from atoms to us, this so-called chain of creation. The theory argues this isn't just a static design that pops up here and there. Nope. It's an active principle. It's a pattern that literally stacks on top of itself, building a direct chain from the impossibly small all the way up to, well, us.
We all kind of learned this in science class, right? But this theory puts a whole new spin on it. It sees it as proof of this universal machine at work. Think about it. Tiny particles form an atom, which has that core and body structure. Then those atoms become the building blocks for molecules. Then molecules become the parts for a cell, which again has its own little energy core. Each new level uses the completed structure from the level below it as a new part, just repeating the same organizational trick on a bigger and bigger scale.
And this is where it really gets you. If this pattern of building complexity has been going on since the dawn of time, from a particle to an atom to a cell to us, why in the world would we think it just suddenly stopped? With humanity? The logical conclusion of the theory is it didn't. We're not the end of the line. We are just another link in the chain.
And this is where the whole thing gets a little bit mind-bending. From us to the cosmos, the next level of being. So if we're just another link in this cosmic chain, what's next? What is this pattern building toward, on a scale we can barely even wrap our heads around?
The theory just keeps the pattern going. Just like individual cells group together to form a body, it says we humans are grouping together to form a single planetary being. Our societies are the tissues and organs, and all our global technology, the internet, and what's coming with AI, that's basically becoming the planet's nervous system. The potential endgame here is a totally new level of consciousness, a cosmic being.
Okay. A cosmic planetary being with an AI nervous system. I get it. That's a lot. It sounds like pure sci-fi. So let's bring this whole thing back down to Earth. What does this massive cosmic idea mean for you? Or for me? Why does any of this matter?
I think the biggest takeaway is this powerful idea of connection. This theory suggests that we're not just these isolated little beings running around. Instead, every single one of us is an essential piece, like one cell in a giant body, part of this enormous, interconnected thing that is still growing and becoming something more.
So it really forces you to ask yourself a huge question. Are we the pinnacle of creation? Are we the final finished masterpiece after 13.8 billion years? Or is the truth a little more humble? Are we, with all our amazing complexity, just the raw material for the next unimaginable stage of what the universe is doing?
So look, if this theory is even a little bit right, if we really are all essential parts of one single universal pattern, then the final question here isn't just for philosophers, it's for all of us. When you look at everything happening in the world, our technology, our societies, you have to ask, what are we actually building here? And is it taking us where we truly want to go?